So hi everyone, my name is Gellis and this is Infinite Modesty Design. Of course, we are a Toronto Sewing and Fashion Studio. We do help build the skills of individual with online tutorials and offline sewing classes. Now, of course, if you're new here, kindly consider subscribing. And of course, click the notification link at the very bottom to get more videos like this one. Now, in this video, we are going to be making a mask, a face mask. So this is just a mannequin. I put it around so we have the elastic here. All right, and we have it all fully covered like this. Right? Yeah. So we're going to be making a face mask. All right. Now, what we would need, I have a simple sewing pattern here. You could send us, there should be a link or an email link itself. You could send us a message and we could send you the sewing pattern itself. So for the sewing pattern, you would need at least 4 pieces. So you need 2 pieces out of layer, right? And this could be 2 of the same pieces, no problem at all. Or you could put 1 lining and 1 regular fabric. So either it's fine. You could also make it a little bit bigger as well, or a little bit smaller. From the pattern itself, depends on if you're making it for a bigger adult, smaller child, and stuff like that. So what you would do is to cut 2 pieces of this, like I mentioned, and then you want this, the other 2 pieces you're gonna cut is gonna be at least half an inch shorter. So if you see that here, right? So 1 piece could be just like this, and the other piece could be half an inch shorter itself. Okay, so let's get started. You also want, your elastic. And the elastic itself, this I have 10 inches. You could go 11 inches, 8 inches, 7 inches, all depends on who you're making it for. If it's an adult, a child, or so on and so forth. Okay, so what we will do now, we will take this first. We will connect it right sides touching right side. So I put R here. I'm hoping you could see right here. Right? So right side touching right side, and this is the wrong side for W. So this would be the inside of the garment. You want to touch right sides touching right side. So this is the right sides touching the right side. Right? And I always encourage my beginner, you could pin. You put a pin here. You could sew it down just like that as well. But in this case, you are going wrong a little curve. So sometimes curve could be challenging to sew if you're a beginner. Right? You want to just kind of practice sewing around curve a couple times. All right? So we're going to sew a 1/4 inch stitch from this end to this end. And again, for the lining, you're going to do the exact same thing. So right sides, touching the right sides, right? And again, you could simply pin it down if you want as well. So you could put a pin here, right, all the way up to here. Okay, so I'll just put 2 pins to tuck it in here. So on my sewing machine, I'll just do a 1/4 inch stitch, and I'll take out my sewing pins as I go along. Alright, so I'm going to start my stitch, my back stitch. I'm going to stop and take out our pins. Stop and take out our pins. So I'm going to also do that for my lining. Okay, I'll just put my pins. Alright, and then I'm going to start keeping the edge together. So now what you will do, you will do a little bit of notches just around here. So just a little notch here, just little notches, right? And only because it's a little curved area. Just mind you don't touch the thread. You don't want to touch the thread at all. And what you could do now, you could go ahead and iron this down. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn it with my hands. And this is another way, if you don't have an iron right away, you could just kind of, you know, try to make sure the seam, the outside seam is really taut. So that's another way you could do it with your hands itself if you don't have an iron. Or even though you do have an iron, you could do it like that as well, of course. So this fabric is a little bit lighter. This one itself here now, we push it out and see what I'm doing here. Again, you could go ahead and iron it down. So again, this is the right side and this is the right side. Alright, so what you would do, you would take the right side of this and you open it like this. So you see this is the inside there. And we want to match it seam to seam. So you can right side of this, right? And we're matching it seam to seam here. So this is the raw side, this is the raw side, this is the right side, this is the right side. And match it seam to seam right here. And we put a pin to connect the seams together. Then you do the same thing down here as well. And then you would pin here. And then you would pin here, right? Or if you don't want to pin, you would also just do a half an inch, so a quarter of an inch stitch. I'll just make a quarter of an inch stitch at the very edge. Right, so I pin it here. I would suggest as well that once you make this, you could also wash it before you use it. It's a good idea because it's fabric. There, you know, fabric pick up a lot of dust, so it'd be a good idea to try your best to wash it out before you actually use it. Now we see we have that extra there, right? So we're going to do quarter of an inch stitch all the way around on both sides. So we're going to go again. Alright, pick up my pins. Pick up my pins. You just have to be careful. When I reach the pins, I'm actually a little bit more careful because you could easily break the needle. So I always advise my beginner, do not sew over the pins. Just try your best to take out the pins. Alright, so we're going to go to the other side now. And again, quarter of an inch on this side. Alright, we survived. Alright, with the pins. Awesome. Okay. Alright, so now the good stuff. So there's an added step we could do here. Again, because this is a curve, you could always make some just really tiny notches just around the curve area, mostly just little notches, nothing too. Again, this is a sample one. You could also make it with it's also good to get lightweight material. You don't want to get something too heavy because you're going to breach through that mask, right? So you don't want to get too heavy. You could go fancy and pretty color and all that, but so you want to keep in mind you're going to breach through that mask. Okay, so that's how it is. So wrong side, wrong side. Now we're going to turn it on the inside now to the right side. And now you pull it out just like this. Right, again, you, like I said, you could always make it, you could always make the pattern a little bit bigger. But always try a sample first and then see how the pattern fits you, you know, and then you could go bigger or smaller for yourself, for your children, right? So I would use this for the outside of the pattern of the face mask, all right? And then this is the inside here. So we're coming to an end. There's different ways you could do this. So the first thing what I'll do is you could go ahead and iron again. I'm just gonna kind of hand iron it here, right? So another way, you could just hand iron it. This one take a little bit time. If you just go on the iron and you have maybe steam iron, especially because this is like this part is cotton African print, yeah. So you could iron it on that side, you could put it on hot and really get it nice and pretty there. So that's it. Alright, so the last straw now is for the elastic. What I would do here, I'll take my elastic like this and I'll just bend it in twice. So what I'm going to do, bend it like this and bend it in like this, and I'll just go like a 1/2 inch bend in. But what I would not do is to sew the elastic. You cannot sew the elastic. You want to leave space for the elastic to move, so then you can make your adjustment itself. So the elastic itself would be the key to make the adjustment, if you want it bigger, if you want it smaller, and stuff like that. Right, so the elastic could pull. Okay, so this is like that. Again, I put the elastic sewed off in the middle, right? And yep, then I come. So you can see you bend this like this, and then you bend it again. So like a 1/2 inch. Again, you could try this out. See if you want longer elastic, shorter elastic. There's always trials and error because this is so simple to make. You don't have to go buy a whole heap of fabric. You don't even have to buy fabric. Just if you have scrap in your closet, if you have an old shirt, an old t-shirt, something, you could just make something out of it. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is just sew down here and sew down here. So let's get started. So I'll turn it this way. Just making a very small stitch at the very end. Okay, so see, that's when you can make your adjustment with the elastic. So we're going to do the other one now. I'm going to be turning it because I want it easy for me to take out the pins as I'm going. And then we sew it down again. Okay. Right, so you have this here. So what you could do now, this is where you could make your adjustment. I would make, you could go ahead and try it around your head to see how tight or loose it fit, and then you could make it from this other way now, which I think is a cool way. You could tie it down. Like again, I'm going to put it around my head here. Right. And you could tie it down. Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tie this down. Alright, to give yourself a nice tie down here. Right, then I'm going to put it around me. Okay, so this one I think is really is good. So you could do this, and then you measure it around your head. And you would determine that, right? So you could actually determine it. So I'll just pull it in a little tighter like this. Right? Yep. Put it around my head again. See if it's okay. Right. So once I make it tight here, I could always trim it out here. You want to probably make it another knot as well, just to make sure it's really, really tight and strong there, right? And what I'll do, I could just pull this loop under. Voila. See that? So voila. That's pretty much how you make. So you could go ahead and do it for the other one as well. The other side as well. We'll make it like this. And then now we will see the final result. Okay, so this is how we have. Alright, so we are in business with our face mask. So go ahead and try it. Alright, so this is the outside, and of course the inside is here, right? Yep, so go ahead and try your face mask. It's Gellis at Infinite Modesty Design. Kindly subscribe to our sewing channel, and you will get more videos like this one. Thank you.